What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another 2AR SW20 progress video thing. This video we're just gonna be tackling the wiring. I have down here some it's all buried and stuff, but I have some rope, so we'll start mocking things up, and then we'll bring the rope inside, and then we'll make a harness for this thing. So I still gotta take some stuff off, but so I had a camera here. I'm gonna go get it and make a time lapse. So let's get started. Okay, so here you can see me. I am making a rope mock-up of the harness. It's just basically like 3/8 inch nylon cord or rope or whatever, and I'm just laying it out, planning out what routing I want the wires in the harness to take, keeping in mind of bends and little areas that things can get pinched or come in close contact with moving parts and all that. I'm trying to get as minimal amount of like branching as possible, if that makes sense. Branching with like certain molded boots and stuff can get pretty pricey, so I'm just trying to kind of keep it simple and straightforward. Here I am just cutting the wires based off the lengths. I drew up a map here, or two maps. This is just a road map basically of the mock-up harnesses. So it has all the lengths, all the branch points, where wires go, wire count. Everything's been pretty much just mapped out. Here I'm making a core, or I guess the core of the harness. Maybe not this one. I had to try different like configurations of a core, trying to get the diameters right, try to keep it smooth and flexible. Yeah, you can see I think it's like 3 twisted shielded pairs and like 2 22 gauge wires or something. I forget the core. But at this point in the harness making, I've already planned out the entire harness using like I have like an Excel spreadsheet, and everything like branch points, what each layer, like what like the wire count of each layer, the concentric twisting and everything. That's all been planned out at this point. So I'm just kind of like making it. I guess I'm just like following the directions, I guess. But yeah, the planning process is very, very fun for this. I didn't really record much of that. I was kind of in a rush, so yeah. Here I am laying down some Kevlar lacing. That just kind of cinches the whole layer down and keeps it all together. It's also just looks pretty freaking sweet. So especially with the black harness here, this is like the first layer. And just the contrasting colors, I think it looks really sweet. So yeah, just same thing, it just keeps the layers tight there. Here I am. I think this is where I'm putting on some heat shrink. You can't go too far into this harness building process without putting heat shrink in, if that makes sense. If you go too far in, you end up making branches that end up as a larger diameter than the branch they came from, and so you're unable to put the heat shrink on, or the properly sized heat shrink. So yeah, here I am pinning a bulkhead. This is the sub harness, or like the second smaller harness. I'm just going pin by pin, confirming that pin 38 is going to pin 2 or whatever on the fuel injector, whatever it is, and just going one by one with the multimeter and doing a continuity check, and then also marking it off in my documentation. You can see my documentation back there in the Excel file. But yeah, just confirming everything is going where it needs to go, and pinning it right. Yeah, you can see I'm just double checking there. I did like 5 or 6 checks or something just to make sure everything's ran right. But yeah, and then yeah, just checking it off. And then here I'm putting on a moldable boot. It's moldable boots are like these like really rigid, like yeah, a boot that you fill with resin. You can see me, I'm filling it with a resin gun right there. I sized this boot a little wrong, but it worked out. But yeah, these boots, they just add a very, very rigid point in the harness so that you can put like splices and I guess more fragile things under it. They're meant for like a strain relieving point, or also for points where you can see there I have a single branch and it branches out to multiple points. It's for like branch points and strain relieved sections and stuff. Yeah, so I think that's it for the voiceover stuff. We'll go back to like previous Macs or something. So, here are the completed harnesses. This is the main one that runs all the engine stuff, and then this one is like a sub branch thing that runs like the transmission side of the engine bay, you know, the map and starter and all that. But man, it turned out really, really, really nice. You know, you got the nice labeling here. I test fitted this harness on. I did not test fit this one, at least with the sheathing. I test fitted it without the sheathing, so I know it fits. But this whole harness in its complete state has been fitted up, and this section right here, it runs like right over the manifold, intake manifold, and you can see like this yellow lettering. Oh, it's so good. Anyways, yeah. For those who've been watching, you know, you've seen the 2GR harness. This is probably a pretty big step up from the 2GR harness. The 2GR harness was really nice, though, I will say. I think I did pretty well for having like zero planning for that harness. But, you know, this just kind of shows like what you can get if you actually plan your stuff out. I mean, you can get like some crazy flexibility with this stuff. This section is a little tight just because of the heat shrink, the size it shrunk down to. But like this one's really good. This one's really, really good. So, yeah. So, I mean, here's the harnesses on the table. We'll, let's go put these on the car. So, here's the finished product. You can see runs right across the intake there. It looks really freaking sweet. I have this, well, I'm calling this section the fountain. It's just like this gnarly branch point area. I probably could have cleaned this up a bit, but I don't know. It's not too bad. And when you're kind of looking at it, it gets kind of hidden by the crankcase thing. But yeah, and the drive-by-wire cable came out really nice. The bulkhead positions are really nice. They're all nice and parallel. So yeah, it turned out really, really freaking cool. You know, let me get another angle here. This is actually like quite a bit farther in the future than what you guys just saw. I think the last clip I was on the table or something, that was like 2 months ago. This whole thing has been like running and driving, but like a few hundred miles on it, testing and stuff. So everything's working. So yeah, you know, you see runs right across the valve cover here. I think this is gonna look so sweet when this valve cover is painted and stuff. But yeah, you can see, you know, crank position, O2 sensor. I mean, everything's hooked up. Everything's working. I pinned everything right the first time. I got it like first try, which is really, really cool. So that was pretty sweet. You know, trunk is wired up. It's not the most beautiful thing, but I intend on cleaning this up eventually. But it's working fine. I've had no issues with it. So yeah, it's like it's kind of like leftover stuff from the 2GR that's been kind of like adapted to the 2AR. So it's a bit, it's not, I don't know. I think it's just all the lengths and stuff. There's no like weird splicing or anything. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's it for the wiring. I know it wasn't really like a how-to. I just kind of wanted to show the process of what a concentric harness is like, or what the process of making a concentric harness is like. This isn't really related to the bar process stuff, but you know, it was something I had to do along the way. I guess I didn't have to do it, but you know, I wanted to. So yeah. So I don't know what the next video is. I have the AC I need to cover, the evap system, cooling system stuff. I'm sure there's one or two I'm forgetting there, but those will come out slowly. I'm at this point in time, I'm very, very close to getting this thing barred. I'm currently getting the paperwork for the ECU check. I need to go to the dealer and get like an invoice thing, you know, from them saying that the ECUs have been untampered and all that. So I just need to do that, and I can go for a bar appointment. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to come first, the bar appointment or the next video or whatever, but I'll eventually get all these videos out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully it was cool watching concentric harness being made, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.